Well, this is CAD Garden Training. I haven't done a video in quite some time, but I had a request to create a 3D font that we can import into Inventor. Requires us to use AutoCAD to do that, so we're going to start here in AutoCAD. I'm going to just delete this right here and say goodbye to that, and we're going to go up here to our text. We're going to go New. I'm going to create a style. I'm going to call it Kobo Bold. And we have that highlighted, and we're going to go find it. So I click on the A on the Arial and type in C, and that'll at least get us down to the C's, help us. There it is. And actually it's Kobo Bold. Make it bold here. And I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to right click and yep, I want to save it, but now I want to rename it too. So I'm just going to go and Corbel, C-O-R-B-E-L. So you can do that. I bet you didn't know you could do that. Okay, and we want to set the height to this at 40 inches because we want a large 3D font to take into our Inventor and create great big letters out of it. Okay, we're going to go Apply. And we're going to go Set Current. And we're going to go OK and Close. Okay, you can see now that Corbel is our current font, but the text height is only 0.2, and I wanted the 40, so we're going to put the 40 in there. Okay, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit because it's going to be really big, so we're going to go Multi-Text, and I'm going to pull, and I'm going to go 3D, AutoCAD, Text. Okay. And we're going to zoom out here, and we'll hit a Z spacebar, E spacebar to get us out. And I really don't know why this 3D thing is being so weird, but we're going to figure it out at some point in time today. And if we don't, I'll fix it later on, but there we are. Also, having the grid behind me drives me nuts. So the grid's right down here on our lower taskbar down here. It says Grid Display. And I can either click it there, on or off, or I can hit F7 and turn it on or off. So turn it off. Okay, here we go. So first thing we want to do is we want to just verify that this is the height. So while we're here in annotation, I'm going to go over to Dimensions. I'm going to go to Modify, and I'm going to go to Fit, and I'm going to take this and make this 15. Okay, and set current, and that's just, I'm using the standard size, but I'm going to come over here and pick a corner of this, and notice that there's no O snaps right now, but hey, it's about 40 inches tall. I'm good with that. That's what I wanted. Okay, so the first thing we have to do now is we have to go up to Express Tools, and we go to Express Tools, and we go over here to Modify Text. So I'm going to go over here and highlight my text, and I'm going to go Modify Text, and I'm going to do the little drop down and go Explode, and you can see that the text is now turned into individual lines and arcs. And that's one of the unique things about text, is it's like, look at this kind of interesting thing. You can take the text and you can go M for Move. Now we'll do it this way, M for Move. Pick the text and move it again here and move it. And we can, oh, we can't, you know why? Because we haven't exploded it again. So it's still, oh no, there it is, right there. See, I can move it around. I can move that piece around, you know, so you could disassemble the text if you wanted to. But we don't want to do that quite yet, okay? But you can see it's a series of arcs and straight lines. So the next thing we have to do is we have to clean it up. So we're going to grab all our text, and I'm going to actually shorten it down to just 3D AutoCAD. We'll throw the text away, and I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to go X for explode, and I just exploded it again. Okay, now I can reach in here and throw these lines away. Now there's two lines on each one because each portion of that text had a joining line, so it's easier to use a crossing motion with your box and grab them both at the same time and then delete them. So, and some letters like the T don't even have them, but anything that's got arcs pretty much is always going to have these little assembly lines. So I'm going to just clean this all up. There we go, and one more for the A, and a little bit more for the D here. Now, great. Now what I want to show you is that all these letters are made up of lots of little radiuses. They're not one. It's not. You don't have one great big radius sitting around the back. There's just lots of little pieces put together, and that's the really weird thing around font. So what I'm going to do here to line up my 3, I don't know why that is there. Notice that my O-snaps now work because I actually have lines and arcs for AutoCAD Define. I'm going to move this, and I'm just going to grab this from here and go straight up and park it right there on my perpendicular. And there's my 3D AutoCAD. One of the things I'm going to show you is that it's interesting. If I go down here, I'm going to go off my D here and go this way, and go off my D here and go this way. You can see that most of the letters, except the ones that have the radiuses on the bottom and top, stick out over our sort of our arbitrary horizontal line. And I believe that has to do with font. I am not a font person, so if anybody out there is a font person, let me know, but I bet that's the way it's supposed to be. And we'll delete that. If you wanted to fix it, you can, and I'll just real quick, I'll show you how to fix it if you want to bring it down. What I would do here is I would go ahead and I would pick what I thought was the center and bring it down. And I'm actually going to get rid of these. I think I'll just move them out of the way for a minute. We'll bring them back. And we'll move them, how about we move them 22? Get them out of the way. There we go. And I'm going to go TR, enter, and come over here and trim that. And I'm going to go change, by the way, I need to change my cursor. The color is really bad. Okay, so let's do that right now. Let's get out of the command, right click, go to options, go back in display, go to colors, look at crosshairs, and let's pick a nice color here. How about red? We can see red. And we're going to go apply and close and apply. And okay, and there is my cursor now in red, so you can at least see it. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do here while I'm here is I'm going to go into annotate, and I'm going to grab my dimension tool here, and I'm going to go from there to the midpoint, and from there to the midpoint. Okay, and you can see that I'm a little bit off. Okay, but obviously we're more than 40 inches by far. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a line from a point down here and go up 40, and you can see the height difference there from what the O really is compared to if we go over here and pick a midpoint and go 40, and it's almost right there. In fact, it's just a hair over. It's so little over, I'm not even going to worry about that one. But this one, I can actually zoom in here. So here's a really cool way to do this. So first of all, we need to grab everything. We need to type in pedit, P-E-D-I-T, pedit. And we need to grab, and we need M for multiple. Hit M, and then we're going to grab everything here. And we're going to go enter, and we're going to go enter again for yes, and we're going to go J for join. Okay, now if we look at our objects, they have become polylines. How nice is that? Okay, so this allows me to scale this as a polyline. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to go grab my letter like that, I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to scale, and this is called scale with reference. Pick that point. Now if you look down here on the command line, you get a choice of scale factor or copy or reference. So I'm going to hit R for reference. I'm going to pick exactly the same point right there, and then I'm going to go to the very top up here, grab that, and I'm going to bring it down to the end point of our 40 line. Now our line scaled also, oops, excuse me, our line also scaled at the same time. Well, oh, do you see what happened here? That's interesting. When I p-edited it, it made this all one. So we're going to have to explode this and get rid of this. Okay. And what if that happened? No. So we're going to go P-Edit, and I'm using my arrow keys to scroll back through my commands that are down at the bottom. Go to P-Edit, M for multiple. Okay, pick my what I want there. Enter, enter again, J for join, and enter twice. Okay, now I believe if I go over and scale this net or hit my with my dimensions, it's going to be somewhere closer to 40. There we are, 39.9. I will take that. So anyway, that's how you can scale the letters up and down, and I can confirm that it's sitting in the right place. I think it's sitting a little bit low. So I'm going to go line. Yeah, oh, actually, we can just move our 2 lines back, can't we? Let's just move these babies right back up there and go 22. I always move all my stuff in 22, 33, 11. It just is so much easier to remember, and it's only one key. I'm really lazy. Okay, here we go. Hey, look how nice that sits right in there. I'm only going to do it with a 1 just so you can see that you can do it, because I got the feeling that maybe that's part of fonts. It could be. I just don't know. We'll get rid of that one last part here. Oops. Now, look at this. I didn't have all my stuff cut out of there. All I have to do is hit X for explode. Then I can throw this away. And then I'm going to go P-Edit, P-E-D-I-T, enter. M for multiple. Grab it. Enter. And enter again for yes, and J for join, and enter twice. And now I have a polyline. Okay, everything's a polyline, and it's 40 inches tall. So we're good to go right now. So now here comes what we need to do next. To get it into Inventor, we want to make a DXF file. So we're going to go File. First, I'm going to go File, Save, and I'm going to call it 3D AutoCAD. Text. Save. And I just saved it as a DWG file. I'm just a happy camper that way, and I can use it later on if I need it. Now I'm going to go File, Save As, and here I'm going to go down on my file of types. I'm going to scroll down until DXF, right there, DXF, and I'm going to go Save, and we now have a DXF saved file. Okay, so we're done with AutoCAD for right now. Now we're going to go open our friend Inventor, and we're going to go, I'm going to get out of this little project I was working on, so let me pause for a second. And here we are back in a brand new Inventor. So I'm going to go up to File, and I'm going to go to Open, and I'm going to go to Open in the Open folder, and I'm going to go down here, and File of Types, I'm going to look for DXF. And it is right there. Okay, now I'm going to go look inside my file folder to see if I can find my DXF file, and there it is, 3D Auto Text. Okay, I'm going to open it up. Now we're going to get a dialog box. It's going to want to, it needs some extra information. This is our DXF DWG wizard. Okay, so I'm going to go next, and it's going to ask me some questions here. You can see if I unclick that and click def points, there's nothing there. If I click that and click, so this is on the 0 layer. Okay, we're familiar with the 0 layer. Doesn't matter really what layer you want to. You can bring in multiple layers. They would be all listed here if you had multiple layers in a drawing. Okay, so I'm going to go next, and then it's asking me, do I want to import into a repair environment? Solids. I'm going to just leave all that alone, but the one that I want to bring it in is a new part. A new part. Okay? I'm going to go finish. And because it's a multiple letters of text, and they're all kind of big, they're 40 inches, there's a lot of geometry for these letters, but you can see that they're all here. Okay, now we can go in here and we can go on the 0 layer and we can edit sketch just like you would any sketch. We can go in here and we could put a little halo up here. Let's put a little halo above the AutoCAD here. I'm going to come up off the center point, and doot, and there's my little halo. Okay, and I'm going to offset that a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to escape, and I'm going to go to grab them both, and I'm going to go to move. And move's so funny in Inventor that you have to identify that you want a base, which base point you want. And I'm going to drag it down here and put it right over my T. Okay. So there's my little AutoCAD with a halo over the T. And if I needed to go in and do something like to the A, I could go in here and delete, delete lines. They're just the same lines and arcs that they were in AutoCAD, but we don't want to do that. We want to leave that. Okay. Now I'm going to go in here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to check out my Sketch Doctor and see how I'm doing. Sketch diagnosis. Okay. And diagnose sketch. Okay. Looks like we got a couple open loops. I'm going to highlight them, see if I can find them. I'm just clicking in and out. Oh, look, they're way out here. I don't think they're anything at all. They're out here on the left. Next. And finish. Okay. And what I can do is just go right out there and delete those. And these should be good to go. Now we just go to finish sketch and extrude. And you can pick all the letters that you want to extrude, including our little halo. And we'll extrude them 11 inches. And okay. And then let's go up here to home and see what we look at. Look at that, 3D AutoCAD. Now, one of the things you might want to do is you might want to work on this. Let's go around the back. Let's say we want to lighten these letters because they're pretty heavy. We want to make them lighter. So what you could do, and this is one of the things that you're going to find interesting. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go new sketch, and I'm going to pick the back of this O for right now. And then I'm going to go project geometry, and I'm going to project that geometry, and then I'm going to go to offset and bring this in a little bit. And notice that I cannot bring it in. That is the only thing that's a drag about Inventor. It doesn't allow you to do offsets to the inside. Now I can offset to the outside, and I can offset this way, okay? But you can see that they're the wrong scale because of the way the O is created. So you can't go in. You can only go away, to the outside of your geometry. So if you're going to deal with that, you're going to have to do it in AutoCAD and bring it in the first place. So that's the only thing I want to show you, that if you want to really play with this, you need to do all your plane in AutoCAD to be able to do this. So I'm going to do another little quick video about how to give these letters some depth. Okay, and that's it for right now, and I'll put up another video up in a few minutes.